Welcome to week 5 of 502A. As you know, I'm Dr. Donovan, and I'm just going to spend a little bit of time kind of looking at where we've been and looking at the final week of 502A, but also giving you a sense of what's next semester. So no wonder you are tired. We started off, we looked at JEIE, which is our college initiative to promote equity and inclusion in education. We also looked at the ISTE technology standards. You became pretty familiar with the CSTPs over the last 4 weeks. You started with your self-assessment. There's been a lot of wonderful sharing and learning from each other, and you've been submitting that CSTP evidence document every week. Well, what now? So for the remainder of the program, you're going to start using those documents to show growth in the CSTPs. You'll be doing some self-assessments, and how are you going to do that? You're going to do that through action research. So in this program, Action Research is the Individualized Learning Project, or the ILP. Make sure you look at the week 5 content before you get started on working on that assignment. Action Research is about trying things. This visual right here, we collect some data, we do some research, we try new things, we collect some more data, we make some revisions, and then we collect some more data and we do some more. It's a cycle. It never ends. And one thing in this program, and probably because it's my pet peeve, is you're really going to learn a lot about goals and objectives. And I want you to make sure that you are always thinking about this. So in 502A, this week, you'll only be completing part 1 of the ILP. So you'll be completing tables 1 and table 2. It's a forced copy of the document, so make sure you're doing that, saving it in your folder with your assessments so that everyone who you have in this program, the next 2 instructors, but also your mentor and possibly your administrator have access to it. Make sure you add your name to the header. Complete your information in table 1. That means deleting the example information and putting in your information. If you don't know your mentor yet, not a problem. Make sure you follow the directions, and there is an example for what to complete in table 2. A quick recap of goals and objectives. As I said, make sure you look at that content in our module, please. Second tab. Goals, they're long-term. Objectives, they're measurable learning outcomes. They're not the activities that you do during the lesson. They are the outcome of those learning activities. I'd like to use the ABCD: audience, behavior, condition, and degree. An example, my goal is I will fit into my jeans by December 1. That's a goal, right? It's measurable. If I can fit into them, I met my goal. It's pretty general though. My objective is by exercising and eating less, that's my conditions for trying to fit into my jeans. I'm the audience. For yours, it'll be the students, or it'll be I will be able to fit into my jeans. That's my behavior without holding my breath. That's the degree. If I can fit into my jeans without holding my breath by December, I have met my objective. The key with objectives is that it's an outcome. Will be able to is different to I will. Okay? If I will, then that's my action. That's my activity. But I will be able to is the outcome of my activity. Keep that in mind. Week 5, there's a discussion. Different deadlines because this is our week. We end on Friday this week, so different deadlines. I want you to be honest with yourself and with others. We all have room to grow. Many of you have even talked about that. You completed your self-assessment. You rated yourself as emerging in some areas. Then this is the time to continue to be honest. CSTP 6 is not suitable for the ILP because we can't observe you. It hasn't got to do with your lesson planning and stuff like that. So you'll be doing the ILP on CSTPs 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. My guess is most of you are going to do it on differentiated instruction or CSTP 5, which is assessment. So once you finish this week, I'm sure you're like, oh my gosh, what happens next? Take some time. Well, you probably start school soon. Once grades are submitted, you'll receive an email with registration for the next class, which is 502G. 502G, it's a 12-week class. It starts in September. You'll be completing part 2 of the ILP. You've got the document. Have a look ahead. See what's going to happen. You'll be trying new things with the CSTPs, and you'll be updating your CSTP evidence document. You're having a meeting with your mentor every single week and documenting what you talk about. I'll be coordinating with the mentors on topics for you to discuss and get support with. There'll be a lesson observation by your mentor. Keep in mind, nothing in induction can be used for evaluation purposes by your administrator. So the lesson observation, it's low stakes. The whole thing, help you grow. You'll be looking at topics such as AI in education, action research, and learner diversity. That is it from me. Keep up the great work. We are almost at the finish line.